Yeah, that was a baby picture.
What kind of memories does that picture generate for you?
Well, it brings me outlaw and my childhood comrade Trey. Mm-hmm. But right then and there, I still had hope.
Mm-hmm. Where were you at right there? What year you think that was?
Well, that's Lord. That's 94. That's behind the wall.
Okay. When you were first arrested, right? I'm talking about arrested and didn't come home. You weren't arrested for a RICO charge, right?
You're right, correct.
How was you first arrested?
Well, I had a warrant on my arrest for the murder of informer.
Okay. But that charge was what we would call local.
Well,
where we from?
Exactly. Yeah. It was initially a local warrant.
Okay.
You know, but the feds took over because quote unquote allegedly he was an informer.
Okay. So when you say that the feds took over, right? What do you mean?
Well, the feds took over the case because he was a quote unquote an informer.
Right, I understand.
So now he was under, you know, the guidance of the feds actually trying to sit up there and create distributions to get us arrested.
I read in the Washington Post that some people from the community was upset because that charge was dropped in Superior Court. And they said that they didn't want to wait for the federal government to come back and give you and your childhood friends hundreds of years for being a drug organization. Is that all a part of, or do you think that that's all a part of what you was talking about?
You know, like I said, I can't sit up there and speak on the feds and all that because that's something that I wasn't interested in. But what I feel that they attacked me based upon my youth, hoping that I became an informer to replace that informer.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Bamm Raw TV on Bamm, aka the 411 Giant. Hey, hit the like button. I need y'all to subscribe, and I need y'all to hit that bell icon so you know when my next video coming out. On this episode, I'm gonna talk about another legend from DC. His name is Anton White. We know him as Tone. Now, Anton is very well known through the DC circuit. And as far as several penitentiaries, he's probably been in as many penitentiaries as I have. But me and Tone, we happened to meet at the second penitentiary that I went to at USP Leavenworth. And I got to USP Leavenworth, naturally. I'm moving around. I'm looking to see who the movers and the shakers are. And, you know, me and Tone, we see each other. We see each other in glances, respectful pass on a few times. I just happened to be coming from mail call one day. When I was coming from mail call, I got my X-Men magazines. And then he like, Slim, you on them? And I said, yeah, I fooled the X-Men. So he started breaking down stuff about the X-Men. I started breaking down, but I tell him, man, I get them every week, man. I got some of these. You can look at the ones that I already look at, man. Come check them out going on, blah. So he go to sale, boom. He check it out, and he check the magazines out and everything. Again, we breaking down the X-Men, basically using the metaphors of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. And so anyway, we going back and forth, and you know, I liked his style, and I was surprised because he looked like a little young kid, and I was surprised at how smart he was going on. You know what I'm saying? I seen the respect that he had around there, but I was surprised at how intelligent he was. So me and him started kicking back and forth, and we developed a camaraderie. You know, he became my comrade, and I seen that, like I said again, I seen he was very well respected among his people, and he seen that I was respected among mine. So we became comrades, and we kind of had a unspoken agreement that, hey man, something happening with you, I don't want to clash with you and your people. So if something happening with your people going on, I'm gonna have the respect for you to come and say, hey man, let's see what we can do about this here. You know what I'm saying? Because we two major cause, very strong-willed cause on the line. So I said, I don't want to see us clash with each other. So anyway, that was understood. So we had an incident in which Pop Jones ran down to the cell and he beat on the door. He used to call me Big Boy. Hey, Big Boy. They done ran up in the homeboy cell. I said, who? He said, 4 dudes just ran up in there. So I grabbed my knife and I run to my homeboy cell. When I go to the cell, I peep in, I see the dudes in there, and my homeboy's over on the bed. So I just snapped the door open, I pushed through the dudes, and I go in there and I turn around and I face the dude with my homeboy, and I said, man, what's up? What's going on with y'all? What y'all need in here? So man, we need our radio. Your radio. Ain't nobody got no radio for you. So your homeboy bought that radio, and that radio belongs to one of our homeboy dudes stole it. I said, you bought a radio somebody stole. We don't fuck with no stole stuff. We don't do no stealing, and we don't take no, we don't mess with no. I didn't know it was stole, homeboy, going on like this him. And so I'm looking at it's a bad situation, but I'm willing, I'm gonna try to talk to him, but I'm willing to do whatever I got to do in this situation, because at that time I really didn't see no out date, didn't even think about out date. So by that time, Tone snatched open the door. Bam, we snatched open the door. What's going on? They started, he said, well, y'all bag out. Y'all bag out. Me and him gonna talk. So they all got up out there. So Tone said, man, what's going on, Bam? I said, man, my homeboy, I bought this radio from this. Who you bought the radio from? He told me who. I see them bought. So Tone said, man, we go up there and smash them up. I said, no, he gonna do something, Tone. Because he gonna go up there and he gonna hit the nigga. When he hit him, then I'm gonna finish it up from there. I'm gonna stab, because he ain't gonna, this homeboy ain't gonna use no knife. He don't do nothing, but I'm gonna finish it up from there. He gonna do something though. He ain't just, so we went up there. We did it. Everything went in plan. So from that point on, that let me know that, hey man, dude pretty much man his word and everything like that. But he was always moving and shaking and making money. I never seen him broke, never seen him not needing nothing, because he was putting his thing down in different places. But I tell you, as like I said, being intelligent as he was and all that, and he kept, he kept the dudes. DC don't generally have a shot call, as to say, they men's among men's, and so he was respected, and I done seen other ones, Larry Moore going on, that's come up more, Larry, other ones like that, Tough Slim going on, but I done seen, and they people respect their opinion, they respect them. So anyway, so Tone, but with all that there, Tone had a quick temper. I watched Tone, I actually seen Tone knock two dudes out, and I heard about it. I seen the effects of the third one, but I never know why he was around me. He never had to use a knife. I'm pretty sure I'm definitely sure he would have if he had to, but it never got to that, because he pretty much took care of it right there. It was one incident where Tone, we was in the TV room, sports was on, and a dude was in there turning the channel. This dude played with another dude. They always play, calling each other the B word and stuff like that. So Tone come through, and Tone said, hey, what's up? What's up on the TV? And dude said, bitch, you know what? And then when he turned around and realized that it was Tone instead of the dude Mike who he be playing with, man, Tone cleared that distance in 3 steps. Bam, hit him and knocked him out. And then we like, oh, Tone, I'm sorry, I didn't know. But when we woke him up, I didn't know, because Tone standing over him. We and so that's the incident. I told we got Tone, come on, man, you got too much going on. Just let him pay for his mistake and going on. So Tone got off on that. Another incident was when him and this guy looked like Herman the Monster. I mean, this guy got to be almost 6'9", something like that. Actually looked like Herman the Monster. And the guy he was washing. He had his clothes in there, and his clothes was through, but they were still sitting in the way. So Tone took him and put him out of the way and put his stuff in there. So he comes in, and I'm passing by, and he's like, I ain't none of them little bitty guys you be running over and going on. Tone said, what? I ain't none of them little, you don't just move my stuff. You wait till I come here and going on. I ain't none of them little, I ain't scared you. And he did like this him. When he did this him, bam, Tone hit him. And then when he was falling, he was reaching for Tone. He talking about, oh, Tone. So I laughed about that for a while. I used to mess with him about that. Another incident in which like I said, he fight a drop of head. He had it, but to be so intelligent and so avoidant, he didn't go look for nothing and get in nothing, but he was serious about his respect. And I think because he looked so much like a little kid, he thought people, they wasn't seeing how dangerous he was, because they they see how he moved around. They thought he moved around just on GP because he was DC, but he could stand on everything he did. And his mind was, he very, very intelligent, man. That's what people dismiss about him. When I started talking to him one on one, man, I was very impressed by his intellect. But so this third incident was that I recall being there at Leavenworth with him and dude, GD dude. They playing basketball and going on, and I guess he figured Tone fouled him too hard or something, and said something slick to Tone, man, and Tone stepped over there to him over there, cause he gonna go right there. Tone stepped over there to him, and man, they say Tone beat him silly. Now I didn't see that because that happened in the gym. Now I seen the guy when he came back in. The guy, face was so swole, his eyes were so swole that he had shades on, and the shades was this far off in front of his face. Told had to. But anyway, long story, he wasn't all about fighting. He was a very intelligent dude that he took care of his people and made sure his people's all right. I seen him. I seen him take care of his people. I seen him make sure they eat. And in one incident, an incident that he did he did two incidents that I respect on my part that he did for me and our friendship, our camaraderie, is one when I had the same homeboy. He worked with legal work. He ain't about that trouble, and he knows what Tone is capable of. But I think he took advantage of me and Tone camaraderie, and I didn't like that because Tone was making a move in the library. He sit there. He asked him to do a little. Hey man, let me get right here because I need to do this here. Man, that man talk. Tone said that man talk slick, talk crazy to him. And I said, Tone, come to me, man. Tone was red. He like, hey homie, man. How I feel about you, man, going on. Man, this dude said this is going on. I would have just smashed him right there, but I'm screaming at you. I want you to know he was dead wrong like that. I said, no, he dead wrong. We don't deal with that, man. He gonna have to stand on that. He gonna have to pay for that. He ain't in your league. I really don't want you wasting your time doing nothing to him, but we gonna get him down here. We gonna make him understand, man. The way you blessed him when you came in there, man, and you did that situation. I said, no, we ain't gonna let that dude on the screen of nobody. He ain't gonna get away with that. So when you got our work, I go in the room. I said, man, what would make you think that you could do anything with Tone, that you could say that to him, talk to him like that? Well, he was trying to do this him. I said, let me tell you something. Nigga, the way he stepped in and saved you from that situation that going on, you don't sit here and tell him you owe him. You owe him. That man ain't did that on the screen of you. He did that on the screen of me. You understand? So you ain't. So I tell myself, you gonna either apologize to that man in public, or I'm gonna let him smash you right there in public. When he came on out, I'm sorry, Tone, I'm going on like this, something going on. I said, right in front of everybody, man, you know good and well you said and going on. And Tone accepted that, and I appreciate that. And then another situation was I was going back to court. I went back to court. They took 2 bodies off me, and they took 6 years off me. So while I'm in court, I had an old head named Pop Jones, and he's known for blowing out the electricity and stuff, because he always making this moonshine and everything, cooking this wine, making this moonshine, and him and this Sally got into it because he was steady, had out everything wild up and going on. Sally was a young cat out of New York who had moved in the cell with him while I was gone. Now Big Bouncer came over there. He was coming over there, and soon as Big Bouncer, which is Big Bouncer from DC/New Orleans or New Orleans/DC. So Big Bouncer coming over there to handle the situation because I'm not in the unit. So Big Bouncer come over there and Tone jump, get right up with him, man. Look, hey, boom, man, I'm rolling. He rolled with Big Bouncer, went in there, and they put a cold check on the dude, and they handled the dude's situation and going on, and they made sure my old head, which I was old head, was all right. And basically that the kind of dude he was. But to show the respect that he had for me and the trust, when Tone was in the hole got shipped. I had moved up in the cell with his homeboy JJ because I had to have a lower bunk, and the old head that they had, I had got out the hole. The old head they had put me in there with, then he had to have a lower bunk too, and I had to have a lower bunk, honestly, because I couldn't climb up to the top, and they didn't have ladders then on the beds. So anyway, I got a lower bunk. He put me in there with JJ. But when he had put me in there with JJ, he had made me aware of some things. So man, you may not want to stay in here too long. Blah blah blah. This is like a stash spot. So I said, okay. I ain't gonna be here long. Soon as they get a cell for me, because I usually keep a cell by myself anyway. So anyway, long story short, Tone went to the hole. Tone sent a note out there. When he sent the note, he didn't send it to JJ, his cellie, to my cellie. He sent the note to me. He sent the note to me, and they brought the note to me, and I opened it up and I read it. It said, hey, Bamm, they ain't gonna respect what dude saying going on, but I know you gonna make sure that everybody get what they supposed to get. He said, hey, get these shoes to such and such, get these 10 books of stamp to such and such, get these 10 books to such and such. He had a list of every last one of his homeboys for stuff to give me, for me to give them. And I went there and I went down that list and I made sure that I did everything on that list that he asked me, because I know he would have did the same for me. But, and like I said, as time went on though, my homeboy, Cat Kizak, the body snatcher, ended up in Atwater. He ended up in Atwater. And while he was at Atwater, a situation happened. So now, Tone, on the screen of me, stepped up with Cat Kizak, the body snatcher. Not only Tone, but Larry Moe. Larry Moe, another soldier out of D.C., solid man out of D.C. Me and him met each other down in Maryland. We became comrades in Maryland. When they found out that Cat was my homeboy and Cat considered me his big homie, those two D.C. dudes, man, came to his aid, rode there right there at his side. And Tone sent me a picture, the picture that you're seeing right now, or you should be seeing. Tone sent that picture to me with Cat, and they messed with me because Cat know I don't like nobody call me little homie, and saying that he big homie. But to play on the fact that he came through for me, and I would see people always they dispel the loyalty of real men just because they can't get it, because they're not in that level. But it's some solid loyalty. And that man came through for me. He didn't have to do that, and that's why every time a dude come through from D.C., I would tell him on the screen of those men, if they was in the hole and they come there and they said, where you from? Slim, I'm from D.C. Going, okay, all right. Where you from? I'm from Louisiana. Ah, man. I said, oh, look, man. On the screen of Larry Moe and Tone, Tough Slim, and these different individuals, I said, no, I'm sending this here down to you. Now, you can do what you want to do, but I got much love and respect for them men, man. Them men solid over the system. Do it or take it. And later on, me and the dude, we get to talking about some of his homeboys, Zulu and them. We get pretty cool, some we don't, But yet and still, I'm always offer that ability to help based on the screen of what they have shown me. You know what I'm saying? The men, that don't go for everybody. They go for the men who have showed me that. And that's the way I keep it like that. And they ain't let me down yet. But Anton White is a very, very intelligent dude. He's always thinking, he's always moving, and he always making something happen. I just, he used to have a half trigger. I hope he don't got it no more. But I think he started bringing the DC car into the Fed age. He had to like New Orleans in Louisiana do. He had the roughness that go with Lawton, but he started using the finesse of the federal. He seen the finesse in the federal penitentiaries, and he seen that rough housing ain't gonna do nothing to get you crashed out on the yard and going on. So he maintained, he took it, and he started putting finesse with the script. Now he ain't gonna go for no disrespect. Disrespect, and it's gonna happen right there. It ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? So he ain't really gonna go for it, But the man he's a very good, very intelligent man, and like I said, I'm glad that I met him, and I wish him all the best. As a matter of fact, I heard that he's out. I've been talking to some men from DC, and I heard that he's out, and a couple of other good men that I got to get in touch with, and but that's on Anton White, known to Tone. Hit the like button. I need you to subscribe. I need you to hit that bell icon so you know when your next video coming out. All right, love you.
So how were you able to, because I assume, and correct me if I'm wrong, I assume at 20 years old, you didn't know the wealth of law that you know now. So how did you educate or become educated?
Well,
on
more
some of these
so,
things?
I was always receptive to my elders, unlike to the day. They challenged me, learn law. Don't trust your tomorrows unto others. People think that you can trust this lawyer. Nah, you can't trust these lawyers. These lawyers will sell you out. You sit up there, my family paid money for a lawyer. She froze my whole case for 5 or 6 years before she entered, as well as she pulled out based on medical issues.
When you saying froze the case, we talking about after a life sentence while you're now trying to appeal the life sentence, right?
Exactly.
Ah, man, so how did that affect you in your fight?
Well, in 08, I sit up there, my family sit up there, put their house up, retained me a lawyer. I'm going to keep the lawyer nameless. She entered my case in 09. I actually was having her, I hired her because we was hearing about a juvenile issues in the Fed that was about to come out, which eventually did in 2010, 2011. But she never filed anything. But in 2014, she pulled off my case, claiming health issues. So now when I did sit up there and retained another lawyer, she found it. The courts held that I was time barred. They said I was correct and I had merged, but I'm time barred because it should have been filed 1 year after the Supreme Court ruled on the juvenile issue.
So for people who don't know, when a person say they time barred or something that's time barred, right? Yeah, if you as a person have an issue that could free you, grant you all your liberties that's been taken from you. You telling me that just because it took too long for something outside of your control, that you still can't obtain your freedom?
Well, I'm going to just tell you like this. There's many people is locked up under bad law, unconstitutional law. But we don't have the proper advocates, or we're going to say a lot of people who sit up there from judges, from prosecutors, from lawyers, they actually sit up there and took an oath to uphold the Constitution. But all these is bad law. Just like it's been a bill for the last 3, 4, 5 years, sponsored by Dick Durbin and Chuck Grassley, about the acquitted conduct and uncharged conduct that people is actually been aggregated sentence against, so y'all will understand, to be added more sentence to their actual conviction. They even admitted in this bill it's unconstitutional. So again, the Fifth Amendment is being violated. But you have these judges, these prosecutors, as well as these lawyers know it's a violation. All in all, Eon, there's no need to really explain about what's in the past. I'm gonna accept my blessings for the day. Whether people deem me innocent or guilty, that's their perspective, like I told you from the get-go. But like I tell anybody, I recommend that anybody learn their education to know your rights. We're not gonna sit up here and actually like dialogue about one innocence or one guilt. I'm gonna leave that to the jury again.
Right.
The public jury. But let's sit up there and as far as people who is in the streets, man, get your education. Because when you come to prison, you don't need nobody else to read your law or tell you where you was violated at, because the lawyer's gonna sell you out.